Evening all, welcome to 1.9 patch notes discussion, and gosh, I never thought I'd say that again, but here we go, we're going to do it. Straight to the new stuff. New maps, lovely, lovely, lovely. We've got new, I think there's a good few new maps. Let me just bring up the notes. And as you can see, there are pictures now being displayed to your eyeballs right now of what they look like. And I mean, again, take what you will from that, but it looks pretty good. I think I quite like it. It's a new map, effectively. Map sockets, battlegrounds, etc. So it's kind of a nice feature. This is the Highlands. I don't know. I don't really know. It's a new map set around an underground structure at the end of a railroad track, complete with abandoned carts, containers, and other structures. Whoa. Love it. I honestly thought they wouldn't be doing this sort of thing. So I'm kind of just blown away by the fact that they are doing this. It takes balls to do this. So, you know, CCP GG. I'm just kind of impressed that actually they are continuing to do this. I wonder if this is because this is Legion stuff that actually is easily transferable back into Dust. If so, awesome. If not, well, you know, that's a good thing. We're still getting like content, and I honestly did think we would not see another patch like this one, and this one is filled with things. That's the Caldari production facility. A large socket, in brackets, is a complex structure with multiple levels creating loads of opportunities for vertical gameplay with ramp stairs and plenty of cover. Brilliant. I love the vertical play. That's something that you don't see a lot of. I think, you know, as long as people can't spam uplinks everywhere, it's going to be interesting. And look at that little crane to the left. Doesn't that look amazing? How many snipers are going to get up there? Haha. It's going to be cool. I think that's quite a an interesting map to include, or rather socket. Let's be honest, it's a socket. And I think that's going to be an interesting one to see how that one develops. I mean, again, we're starting. There's a lot more to come. Don't worry. But I think the first thing they've obviously gone with is the fact that there are new maps and quote sockets to plug in, and I think that is. Well, I'm just amazed actually, because I thought this was the one thing they couldn't do. I thought they couldn't actually include new maps or anything like that, because it felt like we had the same maps for quite some time. Anyway, the power socket, the power core medium socket is a ground blah 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 blah. It's basically a platform of 3 towers surrounding an underground tunnel to a server facility. Interesting. Accessible, blah, 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 blah. So basically this is like a corridor, kind of like the R&D complex socket. This is going to be good. I think already it looks pretty badass when you look at that. The multiple levels of engagement. Look at the robot arm, isn't that amazing? On the left, it's on the left, bro. Look, robot arm, see? I think it's going to be cool, and I think that's a really nice addition. I think it's pretty cool. There is another one. The barracks is a structure of 2 buildings overseeing a crossroads with a platform and a bridge between the buildings. It's like literally a dating website. Not that I'd know, but it feels like a dating website where they're trying to describe themselves. The barracks is a structure of 2 buildings, enjoys long walks on the beach, ADSL. I don't know. Whatever. I think it's an interesting thing that they're adding so many more sockets. I think it really does show that a lot goes on at CCP, and maybe, just maybe, their communication sucks a bit, because if this is what they've been doing, they should have kind of been singing about this a bit more. Anyway, there we go. There's loads more to talk about with maps. We'll do that probably in another video. Let's move on to something that I'm very excited about, which is loyalty ranks. And this is something that I think really will keep players playing. It's very Borderlands-esque with the badass points, if you know those. And it's really just around kind of the ability to upgrade your character with kind of, let me read it. So with Uprising 9.1, your character will gain a loyalty rank based on your lifetime battles, wins, war points, and Aurum spent with a misspelled T. For veteran players, the ranks are effective immediately based on each player's lifetime statistics, so don't worry, you get them immediately. And each rank will grant an honorary title and specific bonuses to in-game rewards, such as end-of-match skill points, ISK rewards, and more. So higher ranks will have higher bonuses and unlock new ones. This is like your master level Chief system, which is, again, I couldn't have called that. I honestly, I know it from Borderlands 2, and it works very well. And I honestly did not even kind of comprehend that it would work in this game. I mean, of course it will, but I never really thought that it would be something they include. So absolutely golf clap to CCP. Well, non-ironic golf clap, because I am very impressed that they've actually included this. This actually gives you that kind of desire to keep playing. New map moods, toxic and stormy. Stormy mood at the top, toxic mood at the bottom. I'm not sure what to make of that. That obviously is some kind of Laura Ashley stroke room wallpaper-esque style inclusions. It's nice, it's a very nice addition. I think, to be honest, anything that beautifies the game a little bit more is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So I'm very supportive of that. And it just, yeah, it's a nice addition to have, and I think it is the kind of thing that people will like. And I'm not even sure what that bottom was. Look at that. There's like, I mean, firstly, it's the ship from Pandorum in the top. That looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? And then in the bottom, you've got what can only be described as something very scary hovering there. I don't know what it is. Is that, am I missing something? Is that supposed to be something? I don't know. It's terrifying. I want to know what it is. I literally want to log in and play it, but I can't. You've got to wait till November the 4th. I haven't mentioned that. Let's move on to some of the more important things. And I think the first one is going to be, I think, the sell to vendor and market agent. They're going to introduce the ability to sell to the vendor. So the base vendor price will be 20% of market price. You can get some money for your useless gear. So loyalty ranks will obviously give bonuses to various things, so bear that in mind. But also I think there is the ability to get a market agent, which is a new feature in the services in the marketplace, which will grant 15% in addition if bought for Aurum. So it's almost like a booster market agent. I know it's kind of mercenary for them to do that, but again, anything that gives money to this game that keeps it going, I'm all for that. So I think, you know, I'm going to get one. Are you? Come on, of course you are, bro. And just the ability to actually sell stuff is pretty cool. Oh, hang on, we go. Note of warning says you will be able to sell Aurum items for ISK, including BPOs, will be priced relative to the market ISK of the BPO item. So, yeah, okay, you can sell your Aurum gear for ISK, which is a good thing, but I suspect that people are going to be burning through ISK quite excessively. So bear that in mind. It's an interesting kind of thing. I mean, again, I think this is all good stuff. I'm quite excited about this. The ability to trade BPOs between accounts, very nice. That is something that I think is quite cool. I like that ability to be able to actually say, I've got a BPO on one character, I want to move it to another, you know, can I do that? I think that's obviously a really, really good addition. And also you have the ability, mercenary quarters quick options as well. So that's obviously a nice feature. I'm going to jump slightly ahead the notes. This is something I wanted to just talk about. The use of passive scans is changing. So obviously, you know, people are going to have to think about their fitting when it comes to cloaking. There's also going to be a delay from cloaking and then firing, and I believe it's going to be 1/3 of a second, which isn't much, but let's see how it goes. I think, you know, it could turn out to be right. If it's not, I'm sure they'll increase it. But I'm very supportive of that. I'm kind of sick of shotgun scouts killing me cloak, because it's just a bit too easy. It's like, you know, that's the one thing that I'd say the game just made a little bit too easy with the ability to fire from cloaks. See, I get this as well with the plasma cannon. When I run around a corner and I see a dude, I can immediately fire. And I think it probably won't impact me too much, because it's rare that they get the drop on me. Do you know what I mean? It's like I could decloak behind them, they don't see me. I've got a split second to ready, then fire. So I think it's a nice feature. I'm not too bothered about that. The ability to accumulate war points for mobile CIUs, don't know. I really don't know about that. It's a good thing, I guess. The scan range of vehicles has been increased, so you'll be able to see dudes coming in other vehicles, which is nice. It means my jihad jeeps will be harder, but I'll be interested to see how that works. And also, nanite injectors now only work when somebody asks for them to do so. So you can't troll medic people anymore, which is kind of cool. Now, probably most importantly, and I think this was kind of the interesting one for me, is that they're going to effectively, I guess, double the skill points earned per war point. So that's pretty cool. And your weekly cap is also going to go up to 750,000 skill points. Interesting. I mean, I hope that the matchmaking will reflect that. I think it will, because already the matchmaking seems quite fixed. It feels quite good. You can stack your boosters. Nice, I like that. I'm not too sure whenever I do that, but also the ability to actually plug in a booster at the end of a match when you realise you've forgotten it. Lovely. Really subtle, but lovely. And probably the bombshell, the one that I think most people may have an issue with, but if you do, chill out, game. Yeah, guys, it's only a you know, a game. Chill. Is the ability to refund and reset your skill points for Aurum. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I like the idea I can remap my character. If you can do it every day, it's going to cost you a lot of money, I hope. I hope that's actually what they say, is if you do it, then it will cost you a bomb to do. I would like to remap my character because I made some phenomenally bad decisions, but it's going to mean that there's going to be a time when they nerf a vehicle, like let's say they make tanks rubbish, everybody will pay to get out of tanks. So it's a great business decision from CCP. I respect it completely. And I think while a lot of people may not like the fact that they are a company trying to make money, you need to deal with that, because that is the reason this game still exists, is that it has a potential to make money. So I think you should just grin and bear it and deal with it, because that to me is an incredibly important feature and I will be using it. There's a few other things, but I think you've had the taste of it. There's a huge amount of patch notes. I suggest you go read them. I'll try and remember to include a link. But I think generally this is an excellent patch. I think this is probably the most significant bit of good news we've had in a very long time. I suspected it might just be token service and they'll include a few things. They have pulled it out of the bag and they have produced what I think is probably the best and most significant, but also the most important update to this game ever. And I really do hope that people come back, play this game, and enjoy what is going to be, I think, a much more flexible, fun, and I guess more involving shooter, but it means you've got way more control over your character, and I think that is something to really bear in mind. And I think there's going to be negatives. There's probably going to be people who think it's now, quote, pay to win. Well, it is and it isn't, because matchmaking means you shouldn't be fighting these people. I know that's obviously not the case, but I do want people to understand that the safety mechanisms are also there from time to time. So, you know, just let's be honest about that. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.